to the Productivity for Profit podcast for ambitious CEOs, owners, managers and entrepreneurs. I'm Libby Knight, a productivity and time management specialist, and each week I'll be bringing you a dose of focus through fresh ideas and techniques that will save you time, prioritise results and give you more freedom for what's important. So ask yourself this question: how will you make this year your most productive and effective ever? Welcome to this episode of the Productivity for Profit podcast. This week I'm talking about the unexpected, the interruptions that come in from left field and sabotage our day. They turn our plan on its head, and what was supposed to be a productive day is scuppered. It's a blow and can be so demotivating. But let's face it, it happens. Change is a part of life and it doesn't have to ruin our day. So, what happened the last time that this happened to you? When you planned your day and something you didn't see coming forced change. Did you go with the flow? Did you have a plan B? Did you manage the situation and salvage at least some of your plans? Did you accept it or fight it? Chuckle at the unpredictability of life? Or throw your hands up in the air and shout a few four-letter words? We're only human and we're wired to react, to see danger and protect ourselves. Human evolution is slow, but our environment has changed around us, and instead of life-threatening predators, we're threatened by things that won't kill us, generally speaking, but our emotional and chemical responses are the same. So, a quick analysis of the situation can help to get things into perspective. Yes, it's disappointing that something's spoiled our plan. But is it devastating? Irretrievable? Maybe not. If you're a parent, the likelihood is that you've woken up one morning and had to make that decision. Is my child sick enough to stay home, or should I send them to school? They'll get distracted and be fine. We guilt trip ourselves by weighing up what was supposed to happen that day and the impact of keeping the child home, weighing up the options, wanting to do the right thing. Parents know best and have strong instincts, but we're also emotional wrecks when it comes to our kids. It's a constant struggle. And what about that call from the school asking you to come and pick them up just as you settled into a task or you're just about to start a meeting? You have to go, you want to go, but you can't help being a little bit mad that your day isn't working out as planned. It's that struggle between loving your kids and being the best at what you do, keeping your commitments and staying on track. And what about the days you feel off your game, headachy, your health condition flares up, or you're finding it impossible to focus? You had so much planned, but you know you're pretty much good for nothing. As an entrepreneur, the work is pretty intense, and focused work is a huge challenge when you're not yourself. Do you stop, treat yourself with compassion and allow yourself to get the rest you need? Or do you keep going because you have deadlines, you want to stay on track and you had a plan? You weren't expecting to feel this way. And what about those client emergencies? A frantic email or call. Their plans have been thrown into disarray and they need your help. What do? Sabotage your own plans? Run to their rescue? They're your client. You have to jump when they call, right? Or perhaps a family member or close friend calls. They need to talk, to offload. They know you work at home. You're your own boss. You can stop any time. That's why you do what you do, right? So you can take a break and be their confidant, their sounding board. They need you. Can't you just take time out to do them a favour? It's what good daughters, sons and friends do. Do you feel obliged to put your plans on hold? How can you say no? And then there's the IT issues. Oh, the IT issues. The unexpected shutdown, the freeze, the updates that take hours. You just want to throw the damn thing out the window. You have work to do. Hurry the hell up. What's taking so long? If I'd known, I would have updated it after work or at the weekend. Why won't my keys work? Did I press something? Or the IT issues. What was your reaction the last time this happened to you? But sometimes an unexpected interruption is actually an opportunity. If we stay calm, we might see that. So, is the opportunity worth changing our plans for? Will we miss out if we say no? Or is that just FOMO, fear of missing out talking, clouding our judgment? Interruptions and distractions can come from anywhere. That's life, and it definitely keeps things interesting. So, how can we manage these situations? Be more prepared, be level-headed, be flexible, and turn a potential negative into a more positive situation. How do we manage our emotions? Feel that it was a productive day, even though it wasn't the day we planned. Firstly, it's good to keep in mind that our priorities change. If something becomes a bigger priority than what we had planned, let it go. Put it to one side. It's not going anywhere. It was the most important thing, but now it's less important because something bigger and more valuable came along. Is a sick child less important than, well, anything? Let's get it in perspective. The original plan just isn't a priority right now. So be proactive and reschedule it. It's safely in the calendar and it will get done, just not right now. Show yourself compassion. You're one person. You can't clone yourself. There's only so much time in a day and only so much that you can do. Punishing yourself is telling yourself you're a failure, and that's not true. Sometimes the choice is obvious. It's a no-brainer. You put everything on hold and deal with the new situation. But sometimes it's not quite so clear. It's not so easy to decide. So don't panic. Take a breath and evaluate the current situation. Ask yourself, am I under pressure to change my plans? Where is that pressure coming from? Is it from me? Is this a knee-jerk reaction? Am I reacting from a sense of guilt? What's the story inside my head? And is that story true? Is this pressure justified? Many of us want to do what we perceive as the right thing, to put others before ourselves, our family, friends, clients, even strangers. But is that always the right thing to do? Or should we question these instincts? If we sacrifice our plans, how will we feel? Frustrated, disappointed, resentful? Or could we manage the other person's expectations and reassure them that you're there for them and you can help, and you will, and then propose a time that makes sense for you and your existing plans? If you want more on this, listen to my podcast on the art of prioritising. If you allow some wriggle room in your schedule that allows flexibility, caters for overrunning tasks, and yes, unforeseen circumstances, you'll be able to find a way. So don't cram your schedule, allotting tasks for every minute of the day, and don't work right up to the wire. If you can, set your deadlines ahead of the external deadline by a day or two, so that you're not causing yourself unnecessary anxiety and fearing that an unexpected delay will be a disaster. A little forward thinking and planning can be the difference between a good day and a really bad day. Now, if you're someone who does feel anxious when something unforeseen happens, try not to overthink it. Create a coping mechanism, a system of 2 or 3 questions that you ask yourself to appraise the situation and make a decision based on facts, not fears. Is this a bigger priority than my current plans? Yes? Then rejig your day or your week and focus on the new priority. Make a new plan. If not, how can you manage expectations? Tell yourself that it's the right thing for everyone involved. Communicate clearly, because people are generally more understanding than we sometimes give them credit for. Take action. Empower yourself by being proactive and create a coping mechanism. The more you use it, the less anxious you will be in this type of scenario. Find the positive and reframe. Change your thought patterns and seek support. Share your day. Vent if you need to with someone who gets it, someone unrelated to the changing circumstance. Ask for advice if you feel stuck to gain another perspective. It will help you to see more clearly. And cut yourself some slack. It's okay to be annoyed. Just don't let it dictate the rest of your day, your relationships or your confidence. Yes, it's not that simple and easy, but if you work on your response, your mindset and your coping strategy, you'll deal with the change so much better each time it happens. There's always a plan B. We may not all be good at going with the flow. Human nature throws up all sorts of responses and emotions, but that doesn't mean you can't embrace change or believe that unexpected change isn't always negative. Question your reactive inner voice and challenge it and reflect. What could you have done better? What would you do differently next time? Was there a different course of action? Should you have asked for help? Do you need support? Could the situation have been avoided altogether? What could you put in place to lessen the impact if it happens again? Looking back, the world didn't end when your plans were disrupted. Your business didn't fail overnight. But you may have suffered more than was necessary, been more upset than you needed to be. We've all been there. Let's be ready next time. Next week, I'll be talking about how to increase the likelihood that you'll actually achieve the goals you've set. Thanks for joining me for this episode of the Productivity for Profit podcast. Why not join me in the free Facebook group Productivity for Profit for more tools, tips and support on your journey for mastering your productivity and time management. If you enjoyed the podcast, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. If you're juggling the demands of a service-based business helping your clients and all the other demands of life, then you're probably feeling pretty short of time. So this is just for you. I have a brand new course that helps you to save a minimum of an hour every day. And what would you do with that extra hour? And how would that accumulate over a year? Would you make more money? Would you be more present with your family? Would you have more me time and prevent the burnout? Whatever you choose to do with that extra hour a day, we know that it's not just about what you do, but how you think. So this course is going to start with those quick wins of gaining you back some time, plugging the leaks, putting in the boundaries, but it's also going to help you to instill new beliefs that will allow you to make different choices. Because this is not just about quick wins, as good as they are, it's about long-term change and changing your life. So if this is something that you would like to know more about, then have a look in the show notes and find the link to the Save an Hour Every Day course.